Look, today I want to talk about housing prices here in the United States. We are just seeing some crazy, crazy growth numbers. Let's take a look at some data. Let's think about why it might be happening. Also, I did another video where I talked about home price indexes. You can check it out if you follow this link right here. So quickly, let's take a look at median home prices, 2020 blue bar, 2021 orange bar, and then that gray line shows you the year over year growth rate. And it's crazy going back all the way to August. We see double digit year over year growth rates, which is crazy. Now, if you want to see the actual numbers behind this, here's a chart here. Feel free to pause it if you want to. Gives you the values and the growth rate there. Now, in terms of specific metro areas, three biggest markets out there, and this data is a little bit different, not as updated as the data we saw before, but for Phoenix here, we saw kind of year-over-year growth rates at near 17%. In San Diego, we're seeing a growth rate at 17.4% here in San Diego, and then finally in Seattle, we see a growth rate of 15.45. These are the three markets that have the highest growth rates out there. We should see these numbers go even higher, given the fact that we saw some higher numbers recently with the more recent data overall. Now, what could the possible justifications for this be? Well, one might be, hey, mortgage rates, interest rates on mortgage are pretty darn low. So, all things equal, that payment's going to be the same. People can afford a higher housing price, and that could possibly explain what's going on here. I think most importantly is there just aren't any houses out there. There's a huge shorting of houses. We see kind of a number here, right there, all-time low in terms of housing availability out there here in the U.S. There's a demand and the supply is not there to do it. Another way to look at this thing would be to look at kind of total listings, year over year change. Look at this line here. We're seeing things, the number of houses out there are half of what it was a year ago. This, I think, is really driving what's going on with housing markets out there. It clearly is not a buyer's market out there right now. People are scrambling to pay way over asking. It's crazy out there. Hopefully things change and we see an increase in supply to meet this demand and kind of stop this really major acceleration in home prices here in the United States. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm Brian Kozlowski.